Hey, Walker, have you ever been a part of a game like this?
Um, I don't think I've thrown in one quite like that. I know in San Francisco I hit in the first inning. I remember that a couple years ago, and then obviously the playoffs we had kind of an inning like that. But no, obviously makes our job a lot easier when you put it on somebody in the first inning like that, and to tip of the cap to the offense. Obviously, I was the first guy to get out, so our guys did a great job tonight.
When you go out for the top of the second inning, are you like leaning into the fact that you have this massive advantage on the scoreboard, or are you telling yourself like this is a nothing game, or are you like making up a score in your head?
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit of both. I think you get even more mad when you don't throw strike one, and when you walk guys, it's even more frustrating. But at the end of the day, I want to be a little bit selfish at times and try and go and throw the ball well, and but also get us through the game and still try and go relatively deep. So getting through the sixth was a big thing, and now we got an off day and a big series this weekend.
Thank you.
Next question is from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Hey, Walker, it's not a question we ask you often. Are you feeling pretty good at the plate? You got your first double of your career.
It's just kind of blind squirrel finds a nut thing for me up there, but I'm trying, man. I try and touch it, but no, today was my best day so far.
And you kind of mentioned it there, but how did you feel on the mound? Obviously, you had that big lead, but what do you think of your performance overall?
Yeah, I mean, I felt really good going into it. The bullpen, I felt good, and then you get kind of that long inning, and it changes a few things. But just trying to stay competitive and stay in there as long as I can. So, feel good about that. But at the end of the day, I don't like giving up runs and especially home runs. So, still some things to work on, but happy to get a win before we get out of here.
Thanks, Walker.
Next question is from Bill Shaikin. Go ahead.
Walker, do you see now that you're starting to get all the guys back from the injured list and maybe the schedule gets a little bit later with some of the teams you're going to play, that this is a chance to make a move here?
Yeah, I mean, we're certainly not out of it. I think we're 2 games behind maybe coming in. So it's a little early to be super worried about that. We're just trying to play good baseball. And obviously we had that little lull in kind of the middle of the year, but we've played really well outside of those 20 games or so. So, we're in it, we're talented. We feel good about our team and now it's about going and doing it more than anything.
Thank you.
Next question is from Kirsten Watson. Go ahead.
Hey, Walker, what did you think of Edwin Uceta coming in behind you and the innings that he had?
Yeah, Edwin threw the ball well. I think it's interesting. We didn't know a whole lot about him when he got up there, and I guess it was Milwaukee, and really good changeup. I think he knows what he's doing. We'll just see how it goes for him, but we're excited. He's fun to watch.
Thanks, Walker.
Next question is from Fabian Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Walker, I know you mentioned that sort of like 6-inning mark was important for you. You've sort of reached that mark in every single start dating back to last year's postseason. I mean, what does that sort of threshold sort of meet for you as like even just a barrier for your starts?
I mean, I think the big thing for me is if you're on schedule pitch count wise, right? 7 should be 105 and 6 should be 90. And, I feel like that's an important thing for me to be able to do is to throw 90 pitches and get to 105, I think is a big one. So, 6 innings means you didn't let more than one of them out of hand pitch count wise. So 5 inning feels a little cop-outy, I think. So, it's just kind of a goal of mine. Obviously, I would like to go further and do more, but 6 is kind of the new minimum, and that's how I'm trying to look at it kind of going forward.
Thanks, Walker.
Last one's for Michael Duarte. Go ahead.
Walker, quick 2-parter for you. What's it like being in the dugout as your offense explodes for 11 runs, shades of Game 3 of the NLCS against the Braves? And then that inning seemed like it went on forever, almost an hour. What are you doing to stay ready? Because you got to go back up the next inning.
Yeah, you move around and throw some weighted balls or whatnot, but there's only so much you can do. It's almost like you're starting a second game, but I kind of struggled in the beginning of the second and then kind of found it out of the stretch. So got out of there clean, and then you can kind of focus in on trying to go out there 0-0. So or 0-1, I guess, at that point. But no, it's an interesting deal and something that we all have to deal with, especially when we have an offense like ours.
Thanks, Walker.